and I am one of the head organizers for the group Don't Shoot Portland. And we came out with a few of our members out to try and support you guys today. You guys might have been seeing what's going on in the news with the Portland police contract a little bit, where we had a situation in which our mayor tried to push through a contract in Portland without the consent of the people that allows the police to have no accountability to us. Then we ended up, I ended up calling for the mayor to resign and wrote an open letter to the mayor that was circulated heavily. And then we also marched from a location to the mayor's house and camped outside of the mayor's house for an entire night during the worst storm of the decade to try and send a message to the mayor that we weren't going to let that happen. So I just want to say like a few quick things about this. I really appreciate that you guys are out here doing this. First and foremost, tomorrow, I know you guys have school, but we have a protest going on tomorrow. Also, cool, awesome. We have a protest tomorrow at Portland State University at noon, where we will be marching as well as rallying. I don't know if you guys saw today, but there were Bundy occupiers that occupied a building in Southern Oregon, armed occupation, and today they were all found not guilty. Now, I would like to propose to you guys that if I went to a federal building, or say I would have went to the mayor's house that day, armed and tried to occupy that space, I would have been shot and killed. I promise you I would have not been found not guilty by an all-white jury. So I also want to make the point that I appreciate that the principal allowed you guys to do this and gave you guys a safe space to do this as a vigil. When you guys are protesting, though, you don't need the sanction from anybody to protest. You have a First Amendment right to protest, and that goes for high schoolers. I don't care if you're old enough to vote or not, because your voice and your body is so much more powerful than your vote. If you come out and decide to march with us, to protest with us, you're worth 1,000 votes, right? And so I want to say I appreciate the principal letting you guys do this, or whatever administration lets you guys do this. But I also want to make sure that you guys understand you do not need the sanction of a principal, a police officer, the city, or anything to have your voice heard. Now, when it comes to racism in Oregon, many of you guys might not know this, but Oregon was founded as a white utopia, right? Oregon was not founded for people that look like me. Oregon was founded for the types of people that we feel that we have to get our protest sanctioned by. Oregon was founded by the politicians that are pushing through police contracts like what we had go on in Portland. That's who Oregon was founded for. For the longest time in the Oregon Constitution, people wonder, why are there so few black people in Oregon? Because for the longest time in Oregon, white people could not sell their homes to black people. They couldn't sell their homes to black people. We couldn't move here. And I know you guys probably have some great teachers here, but it's something that they didn't teach me in high school. I didn't learn that Columbus was a jerk until I was 18, right? They taught me for 18 years that Columbus was a hero, and then I didn't learn until I was 18 years old, not in school, that Columbus was a jerk, right? So you guys need to look into this history for yourselves, because the establishment that is teaching you this stuff, that has come up with the curriculum, are the same forces that have made Oregon into what it is today. So with that said, with the racism in Oregon, I also want to say that I assume, because we're in Oregon and because of that your school, and from what I see today, and I love to see all these allies come out here, that your school is mostly white, right? And a big part of being white and being an ally is recognizing your privilege, right? So as a black man, I have privileges. As a straight black man, I have privileges over maybe a gay black man, right? As a straight black man, I have privileges over black women. If you do not, recognizing that privilege is nowhere near enough. Right? That's the first step. But if you don't transform that privilege into a platform to lift other people up, you're still part of the problem, right? I also want to say, I saw the racist stuff that was left, and I think that's horrible. But we see that in veiled ways all over the place. What is All Lives Matter so much different than that, right? If I have a breast cancer rally, right, and somebody comes to my breast cancer rally and starts yelling, well, all cancer sucks, that guy's a jerk. If my grandma dies and I'm at my grandma's funeral, right, and I'm mourning the loss of my own grandma, and somebody comes to my grandma's funeral and says, well, all grandmas matter. Yeah, all grandmas matter, but my grandma's the one that died, right? So And that's what's going on. So when you see All Lives Matter, it's a veiled attempt to get at those same racist notes that were left still going on, right? When people say, well, what we should be aiming towards is to not see race, right? I don't see race, I don't see color. Well, then you don't see me. Because I didn't choose to be this way in society. I didn't choose to have to protest and fight for my life. It's not fun to protest and fight for my life. It's not fun to get beat by the cops. It's not fun to get tased. It's not fun to get pepper sprayed, right? When you tell me that you want to not see color, or I'm colorblind so I'm not racist, then you haven't actually recognized your privilege, right? How I see it is, okay, so what if me and you are going to go to a party, right? And I decide, I beg you, please, can I pick your outfit, right? And you don't want me to pick your outfit, but I do it anyway, right? You let me because you're nice. And I come out in the best outfit ever, and I dress you in the ugliest. I dress you in rags, right? And then you say, why are you wearing such nice clothes, and I'm wearing rags? Why do I look like crap, right? And I say, well, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It matters what's on the inside. I don't care what you're wearing. That's the same thing as saying I'm colorblind. I don't see race. Then why did you set it up this way, right? You can't set it up that way and dress me in rags and then say it only matters what's on the inside. Easy for you to say, you're wearing a nice outfit, right? So I just want to encourage you guys. I love what you guys are doing here. And like what my friend here was saying, this has to go home. Like, nobody, please don't come home from today and say, that was a really nice visual. We accomplished a lot. Because pardon my French, but today we did not accomplish shit. Other than we're here organizing and you see that you have people on your side. What you need to do is, if you don't know these people, I'm sure you know a lot of these people, don't stay in your same friend group. Go talk to all these people. That's what community is all about, and that's what it takes to break down these systems. So you guys need to meet these people that came out here and that were willing to do this, and you don't go home and say, that was a nice protest, that was a nice vigil. Because this vigil, this protest lasts forever until we break down these systems. Not the words, the systems, right? That keep perpetuating institutional and systematic racism. So you guys need to organize around this. Somebody take the names of who's the people that showed up here when you guys come to school, not tomorrow because you're going to be at our protest, but when you guys come back, when you guys come to school on Monday, get the names, the emails, the numbers of the people that were willing to come out here and do this, and you organize more, right? And when you do organize and you do protest, you don't have to get the sanction of your principal. You don't have to get the sanction of the city. None of that. You organize within yourselves because all we have is community. All we have is each other. And all I have as a black man is the privileged people that are here today that have helped give me a platform. So you guys need to expand that platform through all the city, and I encourage you guys to organize, and not just in one location, but march throughout the city because you can, and I hope you guys understand how powerful you are. Lighting a candle and singing songs is great, but like he said, it's well past time to... We've been singing We Shall Overcome for 60 years. I don't even know the words to that song, and I'm not ever singing it because it's time to just overcome, right? It's time that we just do it, right? So leave this, when you guys leave here, I don't know if there's somebody with a paper to take down the information, but you guys need to organize around this, because this is an energy that if you don't turn this privilege that you guys have to organize here into a platform, then it was all for nothing. So thank you guys for letting us come out here and show you guys support. I hope that some of you guys come and show tomorrow to our protest to see how we're doing it in Portland, and I hope that you guys model that throughout Oregon City, because while Portland is a false progressive town, right? Where we have false progressives that claim to understand racism or whatever, and they don't, and we have a lot to break down there. You guys have more of a struggle here, right? Because you have a less population of minorities, and also you guys have Klans people in your city, right? So you guys, we hope to support you however you want. We can provide you street medic training, so that if you guys do end up protesting, that everybody's going to be safe. We can provide you with organizing training, right? So that you guys understand what it takes, how to block off streets, how to do what you need to do and be safe. And then we can also provide you with knowing your rights so that everybody stays within their rights. That said, of course, always stay peaceful, never be destructive. But like I said, this energy needs to be taken into actual movement so we can break down these systems. So thank you for letting me talk for a second. And I hope that you guys come support us. And since we came and supported you guys, and keep fighting.